This is Dabu 7, and it looks like it's time to prepare for this reset. You know, the World Economic Forum Great Reset that never happened yet? It's about to. It's going to take place on Trump's watch, as it was designed to do this entire time. And he knows it. He's telegraphed it as much. Even before he got into office, he said that he was going to be taking a whopper on in terms of the economy, and that if anything happened, it wasn't their fault. Now, instantly, you have Doge making all these moves. And if you can get to a point to where the government isn't in debt anymore, then you stop printing the money. This could cause a credit collapse on the other side of the coin. All this could be fixed if our money was tied to gold. You know, the gold that's supposed to be in Fort Knox, but we don't know. If they reevaluate that gold, they revalue it, it will change the game dramatically. Now, if you look back through history, the biggest reset in history occurred in 1933 when Roosevelt confiscated gold from the citizens at $20.50 per ounce, then turned around and revalued it at $35. This was massive criminal theft, and it was done by executive order, not even an act of Congress. The next reset was in 1964 when Johnson took all the silver out of the dimes, quarters, and half dollars, and then fraudulently replaced it with pot metal. The next big reset was in 1971 when Nixon seized redeeming gold to foreign governments, much as how Roosevelt had denied Americans doing it before. So history has showed us that the connection to gold and breaking away from the precious metals has hurt our dollar big time. And one good way to fix that would be to connect it back to gold somehow. To do that is going to take a complete reset of the game. Right now, the U.S. government still values the gold that's supposed to be at Fort Knox at $42 an ounce on its balance sheets. If you revalue that gives them $750 billion in overhead to add to it just in the blink of an eye, just by revaluating gold. And not only is their gold going to go up, but so too with the whole market. It would cause the whole thing to continue to rise. And for this to work, backing a currency, many say that it needs to be somewhere between $20,000 and $40,000 an ounce in gold. You will see an absolute explosion from here in gold and silver. Silver may do better numbers than gold. Playing catch up. That's where I would position if I was you. Hedge your bets there, and hopefully you're in a state where they're not taxing the precious metals. But this is incoming, and it's coming fast, and it can come at any time. We're seeing pressure being put on banks. We're seeing all kinds of different lawsuits popping up for money laundering and all this. It's like the stage is set for a big event. Only time will tell now, but I'm telling you, it's closer than ever. I'd get ready and I'd prepare for this reset. Join me.
First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors to those great millstone, while unto truth, and also to those elect that are scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great, powerful lesson to the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And the type of day lesson is, a collapse is coming. So I like to say, Shalom to all our listen and learn. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a quick news article here by News Nation. We're just going to read the title. It said Doge Elon Musk to visit Fort Knox to ensure gold hasn't been stolen. So all of a sudden now, Elon Musk is on this new committee, which in fact is called Doge, it's called Department of I can't think what it's called, but the Department of something. But anyway, we see right here that You know, he want to check to see if the gold is in Fort Knox all of a sudden now. So we already knowing about, but we already know that the petrodollar agreement, you know, what has expired, you know. So we know that the dollar is constantly circling the drain, and also we already know that they are setting the stage for a great economic collapse. So we already know they constantly firing people left and right, taking out the IRS, doing this, they're doing that, they messing with the military. So a lot of things they are putting into place, and also Elon Musk is getting ready to bring forth this new blockchain technology very soon. So we seeing that they're putting this system right in place. You know, right now he wants to check, and it also says let's read a little bit more. It said President Trump said Elon Musk will be reviewing Fort Knox. Man, this is getting ridiculous. You know, having this man doing all this, but we already know that they are both puppets of these international bankers, these global elites. You know, we know exactly what they want. They want to crash this economy and bring forth this new system, this new money that they're getting ready to bring into place very soon. And also it's going to look like a grain of rice. So these things are coming fast and approaching left and right. We're not going to go into the video or go into this article too much. Just something I'm just seeing through the spirit. So right now, you know, they just throw their silver and gold into the streets, to this fiat cash, this worthless paper, you know, which in fact we already know what the real money is the gold and the silver. So right now we're seeing that the BRIC nation, they're on the rise. We're seeing that these nations are constantly coming in alliance against America, Babylon the Great. So we're seeing these things are constantly happening, and also we knowing that this man is getting ready to try to bring forth this new blockchain technology very soon. So we're seeing it happening right before our eyes. So we already know that he's going to cause these things to come in, to come into place, you know, to bring forth this system. That's a little by little. That's what they're doing. So, you know, it could be like any type of black swan event. Could be some type of something could happen whereby, you know, they can bring this forth, you know, order out of chaos. You know, we'll put it like that. So right here, you know, he wants to go to Fort Knox, you know, so all of a sudden, you know, when it never was any talks about Fort Knox until now. So right now, we already know that this man he's getting ready to make his move. So let's go here. Let's get a quick precept, just something I'm just looking at. You know, we're not going to go into the, but this is right here. Just, you know, a lot of things is, you know, is taking place, you know, and one thing about it, we know that this man is constantly moving with warp speed. You know, he wants to reshape the government, a lot of things. We've been going over these things a lot for lately, you know, because this is what's in the news right now. Let's go right here and Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 7, just a quick lesson through the Spirit. And it says, and make no terror to turn to the Lord, put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So one thing about it is that, you know, any given time, suddenly these things will come upon you, know. So we already knowing that, you know, these banks, you know, a lot of these banks are in trouble. A lot of them are closing. Also, they're laying off a lot of people. We seeing that also. A lot of jobs are constantly disappearing, you know. So also we seeing that, you know, food prices are rising, you know, so that inflation, and also we know it will eventually turn into hyperinflation. So we already know, we read at the boiling point where these things coming into play, you know. It's gradually getting ready to happen. So any time this man can just shut everything down, you know, and say, hey, this happened, that happened, you know. Just like I said, once again, a black swan event, or could it be a red dawn event? You know, this man is constantly moving, you know, he constantly bringing it very speedily. What is he in a hurry for? You know, so we already know it, because the Lord is putting the Spirit on him, you know, because we already know that we are in that transition to power. So it says here, make no terror to turn to the Lord, put not off from day to day, don't delay, because these prophecies are constantly speaking loud and clear. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So one thing about it is that, regardless of what you have right now, what you're trying to accomplish, put that off from day to day. It's time to seek the Lord right now, early, while he can be found through his mouthpiece, through the prophets, the ones that comes to sign and cry, warning you of all these pending dangers that's coming upon us at a fast pace, these perilous times, these evils are growing all around us. Verse 8, it says, set not thy heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in a day of calamity. So, so one thing about it is, regardless what you have, your goods, a lot of people have a lot of resources now. They have their fat bank accounts, homes and, vehicles, nice family, setting. But one thing about it, it's not going to profit thee in a day of calamity. If the Lord is not on your side, you're not part of the elect, you're going to be unalive. We're constantly warning you left, right. So we come upon a time that whereby, people are going to be just like beasts, when the money goes, when the food go, when the water go, when your shelter go, it's going to be a third world country overnight. So the sown place, it will become unsown. So let's read this once again. Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 8 said, set not thy heart or your mind upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble. One thing about it is, it would not profit thee. You know what I'm saying? Just like I say, this worthless paper money, this fiat currency, this petrodollar, it's not going to help you in no kind of way, because they are reshaping everything. The dollar is slowly fading it out. It's getting ready to be obsolete. And also we already know, they already have rumors that they're getting ready to do away with the penny. Also, they say they're going to do away with the $1 bill, the 5 and the 10. So those are just rumors. It has not been confirmed, but we already know that all the money is getting ready to go. We already know they're coming with that new money, that it will be digital. It's going to be working with these digital IDs, also with your biometrics. So a lot of these things are coming into play. So now let's go here to let's get one out. Let's go to Second Ezra chapter 6. Let's get doing just random scriptures, nothing, just really just whatever come to through the spirit. Let's see here, Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. And it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So exactly what's getting ready to happen. All of a sudden right now, people have plenty right now. Still, you can go to your favorite convenience store. You still can go to your retail store. You still are shopping right now. You still are going and eating pretty good. Your favorite dishes that you eat, your desserts, things like that. Right now, people right now are very comfortable right now. People right now are at ease. And one thing about it is, all of a sudden, this is going to happen. All of a sudden, the ports are going to stop bringing these food to these retail store, these grocery store. The trucks are going to stop. So you already knowing that things, AI is taking over pretty much everything. So we already knowing that we're coming upon a new system. And one thing about it will be total control. A lot of people right now are eating what they want, but now when this new system comes into play, you're going to have to eat what they tell you to eat, or you're going to be unalive, also starve to death. So we know that starvation is going to come in a big way. A lot of people are going to be taken in a great number. It's actually exactly what they want, depopulation. A lot of things are coming. That's what this great reset, that's what they are waiting on, to reset everything, to reshape everything, to bring forth this new system, this new cashless digital society, working with this CBDC, this central digital currency, that's coming into play. A lot of things are coming. All road leads to the grain of rice. Verse 23 says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hears, they shall be suddenly afraid. So one thing about it, the trumpet shall give a sound right now. You know, the men of the Lord, constantly warning you left and right. A lot of people are not hearing the sound right now, not heeding to the warning, constantly despising and mocking, constantly, relaxing in their leads, still thinking that they're a good case. And all of a sudden, this place is going to be a third world country. This place is getting ready to be a war zone. In the middle of a constant warning, a collapse is coming. The collapse of all things right before your eyes. One thing about this place will never, ever get back up again. And also, Donald Trump keeps talking, make America great again. This place is going to be great. It's getting ready to be made a great destruction of. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing that we're coming to fast approaching any given day. So that's why we got to always be watching. We always got to be, seeing the signs of the time, seeing what's going on in the world. A lot of our people still not unaware, still in the house of mirth, drinking and merry, out about a house of fools, and out about, the men of the Lord, we're in the house of mourning. And one thing about it, that we already know that we're almost at the end of this thing. So now let's go here to, let's go into Zephaniah. We'll close out in Zephaniah. Not meant to be a long lesson tonight. Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 10. And it reads that, and it shall come to pass, so in that day, says the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the sacking, and a great crashing from the hills. So that's where we read at, this great economic collapse. We already known about the Great Depression of 1930 through 33, if I'm not mistaken, that Great Depression, back then, so, it already was a great economic collapse, and we're seeing right now that, stock market is constantly plunging. A lot of things are happening, things are being very uncertain right now. A lot of things are happening, so right now, that fish gate, where people, a place, a great marketplace, a great sound is coming, a great, dark forecast is coming upon it, that crashing in the hills, and when you go into that word hills or going to mountains, goes into the government, so it's going to be a great crashing. So right now, so when this place finally go, it's going to fall. The sown place will become unsown. So one thing about everything is just going to come unravel. So this place is getting ready to be, like civil unrest, civil war. A lot of things are coming. Man, I'm telling you, we're here. You already seen some of those scenario, those videos. These movies they already put out. Leave the world behind. Civil war. There's another one called something about Zero something. I think it's on a Netflix. There's another one talking about, how the power grid went down, how a lot of people was unalive. So these things are fast approaching, and we're constantly warning. So it's going to be a great crash in here, a great noise, a great cry. So these things are going to be heard, around the world. It's going to be a global event that you have never seen before. Verse 11 said, "How ye," said, "inhabitants of Mactosh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off." So this talking about a ancient like stock market, a marketplace, area, where they was trading, buying and selling, it was cut off, so that's what's getting ready to happen now. Right now we're seeing things are flourishing right now. People going on with their daily life, the busybody of the world. All of a sudden, everything gonna come to a complete shutdown. This place is getting ready to be a kill or be killed. Egyptian against Egyptian, city against city, brothers against brothers, neighbors it's gonna be a lawless time. So when all the money go, the food go, you getting ready to find out what time that we're living in. A lot of people right now are still living in a make-believe world, still are not believing, still saying that, that what this damn wicked devil said, what's his name, I can't think his damn name, but anyway, said that, it could be 1,000 years possibly, putting doubt in people's mind. We're at the end. The Lord is getting ready to return and set everything back into order, whether you were here or whether you will for bear. And also we seeing there's a lot of uprising of a lot of false prophets. That's why the Lord said the deceiver and the deceived is his, says the Lord. So one thing about it, you got to have discernment of the spirit to know what time that we're living in. We can see it clear. It's obvious. that we're here, and the Lord is getting ready to bring it forward. We're not going to be here for several years, but no one know the day and the hour and the time. But one thing about it, we feel through the Spirit that the Lord is coming very quickly. And one thing about it, we're constantly rejoicing. Verse 12 said, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled in their leaves, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. So one thing about it is exactly what we, as this spot on our people, they thinking, the Lord is not coming. The Lord is not, it's not going to do anything, like he's not seeing anything. And one thing about it, a lot of our people are very complacent, very, just stuck on stupid, just, a lack of knowledge, the Lord is searching Jerusalem right now. He's searching, one thing, the Lord is shifting the house. And one thing about it, we already know that we are very close. And the Lord said, first my judgment will start at the house of Israel. And one thing about it, it already has begun, but it's getting ready to start on a massive level like you have never seen before. These things are coming upon us at a fast pace. Verse 13 said, therefore, their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. So we coming upon that time. A lot of people, have property right now. One thing about it, a lot of people have a great homes and resources, different things like that. But one thing about it, a lot of people are getting ready go to, poverty, homelessness, all these things are getting ready to come into place. Starvation, food shortage, these things are coming at a fast pace. So this place is getting ready to be dried up. Just like I say, a lot of people are in for a rude awakening. Verse 14 said, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasten greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. Said the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. So a lot of people are going to be have a very vexation of spirit, crying and weeping like a woman travailing with a child. And one thing about it, oh, help me, Jesus. And one thing about it, Jesus' cross will not help you in that time of trouble. And one thing about it is that, a lot of people still don't know what the hell is going on. These evils are constantly growing around us left and right. Get your house in order. Get your mind right. Let go of the modern thought, because the Lord is getting ready to bring it. And one thing about a lot of these people right now eating good right now, thinking that they're very successful, they had liberty, a place of repentance was open to them right now. But they despise it not, and also they don't fear the Lord, and the one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to bring that great fear back upon this earth like they have never seen before. They're getting ready to know the true powers of all the entire universe and beyond. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. So one thing about it, they're gonna cry bitterly. Grown men are gonna be crying and weeping. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have never seen. They're gonna be scared. Like out of their mind. A lot of people gonna give up the ghost. Verse 15 it said, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. So that we know that the Lord, he's going to returning all this anguish, all this this thermonuclear exchange. Lord, that the earth is going to be on fire when the Lord returns. The Lord said, as it already be kindled, before he returns, it will, So we already know that nuclear exchange is coming, World War III is constantly brewing. This great economic collapse, also that grain of rice. So things are coming upon us at a fast pace. And one thing about it, a lot of people still are being rebellious. This place is getting ready to be a total wasteland. There will be no inhabitant left here. We constantly warning you left and right. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna bring it, faster. These prophecies are speaking right now, loud and clear. All of a sudden, when they say what? Peace and safety. then total destruction will come upon them. We come to the one, a day of gloom, a day of darkness. The Lord's going to return in the midst of World War III, that thermonuclear chain. And the Lord's going to set everything back in order, that laser and chariot fire. And also with those IBCM missiles, they are getting ready to fly. Things can go nuclear at any given time. So war can break out. It's going to be an attack any given day. So one thing about it, though, that's why we got to always be watching, praying, pray without ceasing. Seek the Lord. Because one thing about it, we're running out of time. Verse 16 says, a day of the trumpets and an alarm against the fenced city and against the high towers. Verse 17, and I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust and their flesh as dung. So one thing about it, we know that it's going to be massive death everywhere you look. And one thing about it, because they walked in great pride, great misery is getting ready to befall a lot of people. A lot of people right now, have never faced any type of adversity, have not went through any type of hell that they think that little problem that they have now, but they get ready to know the Lord very soon. A lot of people are getting ready to starve to death. A lot of people are getting ready to go into these facilities. A lot of people get ready to take the mark. And one thing about it is only going to lead to your death and destruction. The lake of fire. The Lord's getting ready to do a mighty work. The Lord's getting ready to come out of his place. The Lord is getting ready to judge this place. We're constantly warning you left and right. A lot of people still are playing games, but all the games about to be over. It's just like it says here. It said that it said that it's gonna your body, your flesh gonna be as dung, just like poop, on the earth, bodies everywhere, billions of bodies, something that that you can't even imagine, it's gonna be beyond your comprehension what the Lord is getting ready to do. Verse 18 said, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy remnant of all them that dwell in the land. So that's what the Lord is getting ready to do. The Lord's getting ready to bring that laser and chariot fire. Also, these IBCM missiles, they're getting ready to fly. And also, we're coming upon that great economic collapse. The end of the dollar is the end of America. So we already know it right now. They're getting ready to transitioning into this new blockchain technology. And one thing about it is going to be dealing with your biometrics. It's going to be dealing with these digital IDs that they're putting into play. Your social credit card, universal basic income, all these things are getting ready to come into play. And one thing about it, you will not have a job. They want you totally dependent on them. This man is getting ready to try to make you a petrol slave, that badge of servitude. These things are coming into play left and right. And a lot of people right now still not seeing. A lot of people are going to line up and trust in the strength of Egypt. And this is what's going to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going to make a speedy witness of you. Let's read this in the NLT, verse 18. It says, your silver and gold will not save you on that day, said, of the Lord anger. Said, for the whole land will be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. So he will make a terrifying end of all the people on earth. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, not all the people's on earth, but it's little, got to watch the blue letter go off a little bit. But one thing about it, the Lord's going to put an end to this age, to this eon, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are going to, be unalive, but it will be still some people here also will be reserved for slave. And also the one that's going to be reserved for salvation is the elect, the true believers of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. So right now, we're coming upon a time of great economic collapse, coming upon World War III. And also we know that, they get ready to implement this grain of rice, the MOTB. We coming upon this thing, a time of trouble that we've never seen before. So now let's close out here in Mark chapter 13. We'll close out here because we're coming upon that time, Jacob trouble, the hour of temptation, a time of trouble that we've never seen before. But the Lord said, for the elect's sake, those days shall be short. Let's go here to Mark chapter 13 and let's start up at verse 19 and we'll close out. One moment. Let's see here. Here it is right here. It said, for in those days, verse 19, Mark chapter 13 and verse 19, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation, which the Almighty created unto this time, neither shall be. Verse 20 said, and except that the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom he has chosen, he has shortened the days. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So it also, we already know that, I think it's March the 9th, when we go back to daylight saving time. They say they're not going to change it anymore. So we already know they, steady messing with the time. So we're seeing it right now, but the Lord is messing with the time. He's speeding up time, for the elect's sake, because there will be no flesh saved alive. This man will unalive everyone on this planet, including himself. But one thing about it, he's in for a rude awakening. We're seeing right now this man is getting ready to make his move. We know we're coming upon a great economic collapse. We know that World War III is constantly brewing all around, and the war drums are beating. And also we know that, this time of trouble that we've never seen before, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, even though it will sound like a broken record. But these are the times that we're living in, whether you will hear or whether you will forbear. So the title of the daily lesson, once again, is A Collapse is Coming. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.